Hello, everyone. It's Dan Barnard here at the clubhouse at the Halston in North Scottsdale. I'm with Dr. Rick Jacoby. We just got out of the pool here, trying to keep it cool here. With the temperatures running above 100 degrees here in Scottsdale, you still love it. You get out of the pool, you actually evaporate so fast you feel kind of cold. So we're feeling refreshed, and we were just talking about his upcoming book, Unglued, and I want to let Rick say a few things about that.
Well, yeah, it is hot. That's number one. So, but it's amazing when you're in the pool and get out, you're actually chilled, even though the outside temperature is 114 today. So it's a good way to get unglued.
It is.
So, yeah, the book's coming good. Of course, it's me that's holding it up because every day I read something new and I want to add to the book. And that slowed it down. But I think we're going to have a really exciting book. I think people know that eating sugar is the bad thing to do. They get that. The real question is, what do you do when you get glued? Because glucose means to adhere. It means it's a glue. So there are a lot of things you can do. The main emphasis of the book is to talk about stem cells and how they unglue you from the 40, 50, 60 years of bad diet. And we were talking at the pool, as a matter of fact, just now on this love bug connection on a small intestine. And the small intestine harbors 1,000 different organisms. And as those organisms migrate up into the small intestine, they send up communication amongst themselves and up the vagus nerve. And we think we have an original thought. We don't. They are telling us what to eat, because they want us to eat sugar because that's what they like.
Right.
Lactobacillus reuteri, there's a whole bunch of them. There's about 1,000.
Now, you mentioned this in the most recent podcast you and I just recorded on Spotify.
Yeah.
And iTunes. You can go to Capital Fit, look up Capital Fit on Spotify or iTunes, and Rick and I are talking with each other for about 45 minutes just about that topic.
Yeah, it's a very, very interesting topic. There's a great book called Super Gut by William Davis, and he talks a lot about it, but it's a very technical book. I like to make things a little bit simpler. You're not coming up with the thought that you need a lemon meringue pie. They are. It's like the Little Shop of Horrors, Seymour, Feed Me, and they'll kill you. They will kill you trying to get to the sugar. So don't blame yourself. It's an addiction. But when we're young, we don't know. We'll never get old. Well, as we get glued, we get all these different diseases, from carpal tunnel to Alzheimer's. Autism, I think, is one of the worst outcomes of sugar, and every disease in between. But the good news is, I'll go in a real in-depth talk about stem cells. What you can do legally here in the United States, what you can't do legally, where you can go inside the United States or outside Panama, Mexico, China. Most countries have a pretty open policy. That stuff works on anything, and we'll talk about that in detail.
Well, I'm glad, because I talk to friends, family, clients about this subject, and they're all confused. They don't know, where to get it. Is it legal? Does it work? And you're going to explain all that in the book, right?
Yes. I've had it done myself. I know how it works. I've been doing it for 15 years on many different types of quote unquote diseases. And that's one of the things we can't say. We can't say it cures anything unless you subject this to what we call a new drug application. It's called a 351 section, very technical, FDA. Like amniotic tissue has been declared a drug. And I talk about that with Don Johanson, who was the discoverer of Lucy, our first primate. And he found that fossil, and that was supposedly about 3.2 million years ago. So if amniotic fluid is a drug,
right?
Lucy's a drug dealer. Yeah, she's a drug dealer. She's a bad girl. Oh yeah, here we are. She brought all those drugs in. No, that's a naturally occurring substance. We need a national conversation. We talked about Robert Kennedy. He's on the trail, so let him speak. We need open borders of conversation.
Absolutely. Joe Rogan talking about it.
He was just on Fox News today. Bill Maher. We talked about Bill Maher. That's a good one to watch, because
on Capital Fit, Spotify,
Capital Fit.
or iTunes.
That's
Yep.
right. We had a lot of good people,
Yeah,
a lot of good conversations. So hopefully I can carry that conversation into the book, get this book done. I'm a little bit behind schedule, but I think in the next couple of weeks we'll have a due date.
Can't wait.
It's going to be fun.
It'll be fun.
Dan, thanks.
You're welcome, Rick.
Back to the pool.
Back to the pool. Bye, everybody.
I think we're good at this.
You know, I mean,